She was one of the first black women to make her name as a comedian in Britain, appearing on TV, radio and on stage as well. And now, after a career spanning more than 30 years, Angie Le Mar has written a book about it all. She came in to see me a bit earlier on and began by asking her whether she thinks these things these days had changed for the better for black comedians in this country.
You know, on paper, with all the diversity that's happening now, it looks like it's progressing, but it's actually not. In the 80s, 90s coming up, we had our own shows, Real McCoy, Get Up, Stand Up, you know, Empire Road, no problem. We came from a real strong history of shows that we were in, heading ourselves. And then as we've come to 2000 and moving forward, it hasn't really progressed on that. Things have happened, but not in a major way.
Because you've written this book, it's called Full Circle, and essentially that's full circle going back to going up and doing stand-up, but in some ways going full circle to back where you were before, back where black comedians were before, and it hasn't progressed enough.
No, it's progressed enough because we've taken our individual stance. So now we've got internet and YouTube and stuff like that, and people's filming skills are so much better. People are taking control in getting on with their work, filming the work that they want to do, and so that's blown it up. So, but getting the TV shows, the heading shows yourself, that's not necessarily there.
Not necessarily there, but it still needs to be something for up-and-coming comedians of black and minority ethnic backgrounds, women as well, to aspire to get into the mainstream, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the ultimate aim. You know, when we were growing up, it was like, that's all you had to be was funny. And then it was like, actually, can you make white people laugh? And then it became this black and white thing. Was it
white people or was it just a wider audience?
Well, they said the middle England. You know, I got a call once from one of the networks and said, we love your work, we think you're great, but can you make white people laugh? And I went, really, did you just say that? You know, which I knew they were saying Middle England, let's cut to the chase. But you just said, well, I can be funny. Funny's funny. Yeah. We know funny's funny. Yeah. And we just want to be judged on being funny.
So why is there this idea that Middle England might not laugh? Is it because they won't get the reference points?
I think because we're so multicultural in London, you know, and a few of the other cities, but in Middle England, it's like for them, maybe they don't see us enough and will we offend? All of those things used to come up in meetings. But when I'd done the circuit, that was never an issue.
You know, you're going back on stage, as I mentioned before, but not only are you doing that, your son is going to be opening up for you.
Yes,
as a stand-up himself.
And it's great. I'm born and bred in Lewisham Theatre, the 21st of May. I'm going to be doing 50-ish and still standing, which is a great tribute to the fact that we in the 50s are still doing our thing. And my son is a stand-up comic, Travis J, so that's great. Yeah. And with the book coming out, Full Circle, it's just really going back to what you know you can do, enjoying it again, because it's never over. And
just to finish off, knowing what you can do, having got some little snippets from the book, you have talked your way into some amazing situations. You talked your way into performing at the Apollo in Harlem, which is a legendary place. You've talked your way into hanging out with Whoopi Goldberg for hours on end. How have you got you got the gift of the gab, surely?
You know, my brother said to me when I was growing up, what the mind can conceive, the man can achieve. And I've always thought that, and I believe that. So if I decide that I'm getting into that room, I'm getting into that room, and as simple as that.
Really, you need to write a guide to how to do that.
I will do.
That would do really well. Lovely to see you.
Thank you
so much for coming in.
Thank you.